What's going on, Paranormal World? So I got a lot to talk about with what's been going on between Nick Groff, Dakota, and Zach Bagans. And let me be clear, I'm not on anyone's side. I just want the truth. And let's start with Dakota first. So if you haven't heard already, Dakota Layden and the Destination Fear crew are creating a new show called Project Fear. And honestly, this might be the best thing, to be independent, to have it on YouTube, and have full control over everything. So that was definitely a major move for them, and they raised a lot of money so far, so production probably will start soon. And I'm proud that they went independent, but I will say this. All that Zach Bagans bashing was unwarranted. And Dakota, I just feel like he could have went in a different direction and just did this move without calling out Zach Bagans. And that bridge is probably burned all the way down now. But with all the public bashing going on, it seems like Nick Groff is following the lead of Destination Fear's Dakota Layden. People have been leaving questions for Nick Groff on Twitter, and today he finally came out and made, I think it was a 7-minute video, roughly 7 minutes, of him answering questions. Now, before I give my opinion, let me just state this, that I'm an outsider looking in, so I'm just giving my perspective. But here's my question. Why all of a sudden, after 10 years, are you willing to talk and expose things? Clearly, Zach Bagans is not in control of what's happening as far as with the network, as far as HBO Max and Discovery merging. That's above Zach Bagans' head. And, people should understand that. Now, Destination Fear was canceled, and Dakota seemingly attacked Zach Bagans for that when he should have attacked the corporation. But, it's show business, like I mentioned in my previous video. Like, you can't get mad at Zach Bagans for stuff like this. And I've been listening to Ghost Girl Diaries. You should check out her channel. She got a lot of insight into the paranormal world as far as like behind the scenes with productions and stuff like that. So definitely look at her channel. She's been discussing this topic and she brings up a lot of good points. Anyway, she gave great perspective on this whole situation, and she mentioned that the real reason why Nick Groff was fired from Ghost Adventures was that Nick Groff allegedly signed a contract with Destination America for 3 new shows. Once the producers found out that, either Ghost Adventures was going to be canceled or Nick Groff was going to have to go. So, Zach Bagans had to make a decision. And look, we all know after 2014, Ghost Adventures went downhill, and they went downhill fast, and they haven't been able to recover. So I will give Nick Groff that. The original 3, Zach, Nick, and Aaron, they did an amazing job. They had great chemistry and the show was organic. But I will make this point. Okay, so Nick Groff left Ghost Adventures in 2014. And I'm just saying, maybe if you were willing to talk about it right then and there and expose everything, maybe Dakota could have learned from you and he would have went in a different direction when he signed on to Ghost Adventures to be the cameraman or the tech guy or whatever. Now, Nick Groff, he's an OG. And a matter of fact, he was an OG in 2014. But he could have at least been spitting game to Dakota like, hey, I know this is a great opportunity to sign on to Ghost Adventures and Zach Bagans or whatever. But please, watch out for Zach and his tactics, And make sure you look out for that contract and, look over everything with a lawyer and stuff like that. And maybe Dakota wouldn't even be in this position right now. But who knows, maybe he did talk to Dakota prior to him getting his own show at Destination Fear and trying to, spit game to him. But looking back on everything, who was really right in all these situations? Was it Zach Bagans and the corporate side, or was it the people who left the show like Dakota and Nick Groff? But, I just feel like Nick Groff left in 2014 and he had plenty of ventures that didn't quite live up to the expectations. But with this new video that Nick Groff put out on Twitter, he finally came out and he answered some questions and basically said that Zach Bagans put a stop to his career, or at least tried to. Now, Nick Groff claimed that he was in every right to produce other shows while filming Ghost Adventures. So he said that wasn't a problem. And personally, I'm not sure. That doesn't sound right. I don't know if that's true or not. And he also stated that Zach Bagans is a toxic person and he creates a toxic environment when working under him. But interesting enough, he claimed that Zach Bagans had Paranormal Lockdown pulled too and shut down. And I'm like, that's kind of a stretch right there. I'm not sure if Zach Bagans has that, big of a pull. Because if that was the case, as soon as Nick Groff was let go, then how come he didn't continue on with the 3 shows that he was basically producing behind Ghost Adventures back? You get what I'm saying? So why was those 3 shows scrapped? Now, this brings me to this point. VidiSpace. Now, VidiSpace was this paranormal streaming service created by Nick Groff and his wife, I think. Now, VidiSpace started, I think, in 2019. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, VidiSpace was such a failure. I'm not sure if it's still going on right now, but I don't think so because Nick Groff has this new show called Groff Adventures, which the title is clearly a ripoff of Ghost Adventures. I just think he could have did so much better than that to even... I don't like it. I just don't like the direction all this is going. Like, it's all messy. But yeah, VidiSpace... technically, you can call that a failure. Now, you can't blame Zach Bagans for that. I mean, that's y'all's streaming service, correct? So, I mean, Zach Bagans can't manipulate that in no kind of way. So, I don't understand if you can even blame him for that. Just like you're blaming him for taking Paranormal Lockdown off the air and then doing other stuff behind the scenes and blackballing you. So, I don't know, man. It's just certain stuff is not adding up right. And all I'm saying is, the video that Nick Groff did on Twitter, it didn't really explain anything. But until someone actually brings out the contract and show everything, that's who I will believe, because contracts don't lie. And again, going at Zach Bagans publicly on social media may not be the best thing because Zach Bagans has a corporation behind him. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And, Groff Adventures, it's on YouTube. I'm going to check it out. But like I say, it's all up to the fans. So if your numbers are down on YouTube and it's not performing well, I mean, you can't blame Zach Bagans for that. I mean, this is all on you now. It's on YouTube. It's on you to advertise. And I see that you and Dakota are basically trying to team up, and I figured that y'all dropped everything. It was strategic, so I feel like y'all have been planning this, and I mean, hopefully it ends good for you all, but at the end of the day, Zach Bagans, he's #1 in the paranormal world right now. Hate him or love him, I mean, it's the truth, and like I said, I wouldn't be going at it on Twitter with him. But yeah, guys, what do you all think about this situation? I mean, are you looking forward to seeing Project Fear, Groff Adventures? I mean, tell me all about it. Whose side are you on? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you love any and everything paranormal related, then make sure you check out my channel. I have a lot of stuff on there. I got a lot of horror stuff on there as well. So if you're into that type of stuff, check out my videos. If you like it, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see every time I upload. As always, be safe. Peace.